So I know we've seen some upsets with some of these big teams, Germany, Argentina, respectively. But from looking at it, Salam, as well, who do you think's got the best attack in the World Cup, the best attacking trio? And we're yet to see Brazil, we're yet to see Portugal, we're yet to see Uruguay. We're going to see the Belgium game in a bit as well at the time of recording. So we have to kind of go through team by team. And what I'll do to make it easier for you is I'll make it easier just by naming the teams and just we'll go through it a minute or two each of them. England. Let's go for England first. Quite easy, straightforward. Kane, Sterling, Saka. Out of we'll do it in grades. So A to E. Yeah, A to E, A to F. How would you grade that attack, Sam? Because personally, for me, looking at that attack, it's got a really good balance. It's got that balance of speed, finishing, creativity as well, flexibility, and Harry Kane is on such good form this season as well. I would give that rating for that attack a B. What would you say, Salah?
I'd give it an A, to be honest, because I think how could you improve that attack? Question marks on Sterling, but he's still top class. Attacker in terms of like 100 goals he's got in the Prem, as an example. He's one of our leading scorers in the Euros as well. So he's got a bit of everything that front three. And you look at Saka, how far he's come, and if you think about the racial abuse and pressure he was under after that Euros tour, how he's bounced back, that level of resilience. He's still a young lad and he's playing.
If anyone's racially abusing Saka and they're celebrating his goals against Iran, they should be shutting up right now, because that was embarrassing from them to be caught being racist. All these teachers being racist, all these professionals being racist, embarrassing. And now he's scored for you. You're probably cheering for him on Monday afternoon as well. So shout out Bukayo Saka for coming back into it and being one of the main men and one of the new star boys for English football. I'm loving it and I'm looking forward to seeing how he does. But yeah, you go for an A. I'd go for a B. For Bukayo Saka. Next one, we'll go for France. So France, you've got Antoine Griezmann, you've got Olivier Giroud, you've got Ousmane Dembele, and you've got Kylian Mbappe. Actually, we'll make it 3-on-3 to make it easier. We'll take out Griezmann. So Giroud, Mbappe, Dembele. You go first for this one.
See, controversial, but I give it a B. I think if that's got Benzema, it's an A. Yeah. I just feel like Benzema's got a little bit more over Giroud, even though Giroud's equal Henry's record, 51 goals, and I feel like Giroud has won everything besides the Euros, club and internationally he's won everything, and I think sometimes he doesn't get all the credit that he deserves, but I rate him really highly, but I just feel like Benzema's just got that little bit more about him, and that's what makes it. But then you've got Mbappe and you've got Dembele, so it's a tough one. I need to give it an A, but I'm just going to give it a B purely just for the injury to Benzema.
I think with Mbappe as well, the fact that he's no longer the main striker, like we see him at PSG, is not the focal point. He's playing off the players that are focal points, Olivier Giroud and Antoine Griezmann. He's got that freedom on the wing to express himself, to take on a player, to create new opportunities, and that's what he did yesterday against Australia. And Ousmane Dembele on the other side as well. You're looking at it thinking, like, this guy, he can just do it with his eyes closed. He can do it with both feet. He's ambidextrous. And we're looking forward to seeing how these two actually go forward in the future, Dembele and Mbappe, and especially Kingsley Coman coming off the bench yesterday. It shows their strength and depth of what they have. I would go for an A. I think obviously world champions, Mbappe's won it, Giroud's won it as well. You're looking at it that Giroud, even though, like you said, he's fiercely underrated, 36 years old, 51 goals in the French national side as well. People forget he kind of became a big player when he moved to Arsenal around 24, 25. So it wasn't like he was even a youngster. He literally came into it just after the youth of his career, and he turned up properly for France as well. So I'd go for A with France's attack. Now I'm going to throw you a curveball with Netherlands. So you're looking at someone like Memphis Depay, Steven Bergwijn, Vincent Janssen as well, Cody Gakpo. They've got... Yeah. We'll take out Janssen, put Cody Gakpo in there as well. Personally, for me, I'm going for a C on this one as well. I think they're very good attackers. Memphis Depay is probably one of the better ones that I've seen. But in this Louis van Gaal system, I wasn't really convinced with them against Senegal in that 2-0 win. I know they got 2 goals in the last couple of minutes. Cody Gakpo scored a fantastic header. He rose so well in that, which is great. And I'm really happy, obviously, wearing my Netherlands jumper right here as well. But I'm happy to give them a C in this team as well, in this little thing. I think there's going to be a lot of people saying Netherlands can get better. I think their strength is in their midfield and in their defense, personally. What about you, Simon?
Yeah, I mean, Like the thing is now, looking back at France, I feel like they're more of an A. But moving on to Holland, like you said, I've been quite impressed with Gakpo. I've not watched much of him, to be honest, but I'm quite impressed. You've got Depay, another player, that quality player, but he's been sort of pushed aside. You know, he was pushed aside by Barca quite a bit, especially with like Lewandowski and these guys coming in. But
Man United may look to buy him as well. They may get him from Barcelona if they want to bring Messi, and they may have to get rid of some players.
Yeah, I think we will too. But the thing is, for me, in terms of, like, you look at some of the former attackers they've had, you know, people like Robben, they've had, you know, Van Nistelrooy, you know, like even going further back, you know, people
Bergkamp, Van Persie, Johan Cruyff, Van Basten.
You look at the level, you look at that sort of level of play. I know you kind of think, I mean, when you look at those kind of players like Schneider as well, and you look at what they've got now, you know, it's such a gulf, like such a big difference, and for that reason, it's because I know they can improve, and these players can, you know, maybe potentially reach higher levels, but at the moment, for me, it's they've had better teams, and you know, if you're looking at people like, I know that they started like Janssen the other day. If you compare that, he's not even better than like Callum Wilson, who's like, you know, a third choice striker, as an example.
Yeah, it's worrying to see how Louis van Gaal is so optimistic about his team, saying, oh, this team in 2014 was good to get to third place, but this team that we got in 2022 is even better, so we're going to win it. I'm like, I know you're optimistic, Louis, but I don't think it's going to happen. I really don't think Netherlands are going to do it. I did say they'd be a dark horse, but from what I saw the other day, Senegal gave them proper problems, and if they had a proper finisher on the pitch as well, they would have, the game would have been so much different. So I'm looking forward to how they do against Ecuador and against Qatar, but round of 16 is when the Netherlands will get tested.